This empire was chronicled by the diplomat Megasthenes, who commented on its respect for foreigners. This empire overthrew the Magadhan kingdom, and the Athashastra was compiled by Chanakya during its early years. Succeeded by the Shunga dynasty, this empire repulsed an invasion from the burgeoning Seleucid Empire, and art from this empire often featured four lions. The greatest ruler of this empire famously converted to Buddhism in penance for his initiation of the Kalinga War. For 10 points, name this sprawling ancient empire of Ashoka and Chandragupta, the largest in Indian history. And the answer is the Mauryan Empire. This man covered his camels with hay and set them on fire to scare the elephants of an opposing army. This enemy of the Tughlaq dynasty seized Smyrna from the Knights Hospitallers and crushed the Golden Horde at the Battle of Terek River. In 1402, this general sparked the Ottoman interregnum after defeating and capturing Bayezid the Thunderbolt. This man ruled his empire from Samarkand and allegedly constructed pyramids of human skulls following many of his victories. For 10 points, name this prolific 14th century conqueror who walked with a limp. And the answer is Tamerlane. This leader served as the Minister of Information and Broadcasting during the Shastri government. The Shah Commission investigated alleged abuses of power by this leader, including the Turkmen Gate incident and forced sterilizations. To escape an electioneering conviction, this leader ruled through executive decree during the emergency. This leader oversaw the Smiling Buddha nuclear tests and ordered an attack on the Golden Temple at Amritsar, which precipitated this woman's assassination by her Sikh bodyguards. For 10 points, name this daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, the first female Prime Minister of India. And the answer is Indira Gandhi. Pen Savan founded this nation's People's Revolutionary Party, which abandoned Marxist policies under the leadership of Heng Samrin. An empire based in this country grew out of the Chenla kingdom, and this nation's dark ages began after being conquered by the Ayutthaya kingdom. This Asian nation's monarchy ended after a 1950 coup against King Sihanouk. One infamous leader of this nation declared 1975 to be year zero and purged thousands of new people in killing fields. For 10 points, name this country home to Angkor Wat, which endured the regime of Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge. And the answer is Cambodia. Faustin I established an empire in this country before being toppled by Fabre-Geffrard. Vincent Ogay was executed for leading an uprising of mixed-race inhabitants in this territory whose black Jacobins were described by C.L.R. James. One major event in this nation began with the Boys' Kaiman ceremony and saw the destruction of dozens of sugar plantations. The Leclerc expedition sought to reinstate French rule over this country, but was decimated by yellow fever and defeated by Jean-Jacques Dessalines. For 10 points, name this Caribbean nation which won independence through a successful slave revolt led by Toussaint Louverture. And the answer is Haiti. Frederick Lugard united the two halves of this country in 1914. One major conflict in this country followed the murder of Prime Minister Abu Bakr Tafawa Balewa and sparked the creation of Doctors Without Borders. The coup from heaven in this country killed dictator Sani Abacha, who had executed activist Ken Saro-Wiwa for opposing Royal Dutch Shell. This nation's first peaceful transition of elected power occurred after its 2015 elections, as Muhammadu Buhari defeated incumbent Goodluck Jonathan. For 10 points, name this most populous African country and home of Boko Haram, whose largest city is Lagos. And the answer is Nigeria. An expedition led by Alfred Gassely helped to end this conflict, during which one country invaded over the Amur River. In this conflict, 40 missionaries were killed in the Taiwan Massacre. The German minister Clemens von Kettler's execution of a young boy during this conflict led to the burning of the legation quarter. During this revolt, a Muslim force known as the Kansu Braves allied with the Dowager Empress Shi and was defeated by the Eight Nation Alliance. The Society of Righteous and Harmonious Fists waged, for 10 points, what 1899 to 1901 anti-Western revolt in China? And the answer is the Boxer Rebellion. Early in his career, this man helped defeat the Yuan pretender Naghachu. This man commanded troops in Zhu Di's campaign to become the Yongle Emperor, and this probable Muslim later defeated and captured King Alagankara. A controversial 2002 work by Gavin Menzies claimed that this man discovered the Americas, Australia, and the Northeast Passage. Over this man's 7 confirmed voyages, his fleet of massive treasure junks visited Indonesia, Yemen, India, and East Africa, and he notably brought giraffes and ostriches to China. For 10 points, name this prolific diplomat and explorer of the Ming Dynasty. And the answer is Zhang He. These people were documented in a massive ethnography by Bernardino of Sahagún. Every 52 years, these people performed a new fire ceremony called the Binding of the Years. These people organized in units called Kalpuli and conducted most of their agriculture on floating gardens called chinampas. These people were documented in the Florentine Codex. These people formed a triple alliance, and their main center was a city built on artificial islands. These Nahuatl speakers were betrayed by La Malinche in the lead up to La Noche Triste. For 10 points, name these inhabitants of Tenochtitlan who were ruled by Moctezuma and conquered by Hernán Cortés. And the answer is Aztecs. A bureaucrat in this country denounced 2 homosexual lions as being afflicted by demonic spirits. This country's Nakumat supermarket became the largest in Africa until its sudden bankruptcy in October 2017. This nation's deputy president, William Ruto, avoided a July 2017 assassination attempt, while the murder of Christopher Msando sparked controversy before this country's 2017 presidential election. In that race, Raila Odinga lost at the polls but successfully challenged the legitimacy of incumbent President Uhuru Kenyatta's victory. For 10 points, name this populous East African nation with capital at Nairobi. And the answer is Republic of Kenya.